Therefore, he said, I have no power to protect you, because I'm under the control of my devotee, and you've offended him. Your only salvation is if you go and surrender at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj. This was the Lord's mercy, to show the world this profound lesson. So Durvasa Muni, he ran through the sky all the way back to Vrindavan, Madhuban forest. And Ambarish Maharaj was standing there waiting. Durvasa Muni fell at his feet. And Ambarish Maharaj was so embarrassed because he considered Durvasa Muni a great yogi and a great sage and a great Brahmin, and he's just a little king householder, so he offers obeisances to Ambarish, and Ambarish offers obeisances to him, and Durvasa Muni is falling at his feet, and Ambarish sees the Sudarshan Chakra right behind him, still. So what did Ambarish Maharaj do? With folded hands from the core of his heart, he offered prayers to the Sudarshan Chakra, the energy of Vishnu. After glorifying Sudarshan as the Lord's energy manifesting from the glance of the Lord, which is the cause of the creation and destruction of the entire cosmic manifestation in all its universes, that's the power Sudarshan has. After humbling himself before the greatness of the Lord and his ashtra, Ambarish Maharaj, with so much sincerity and emotion, he prays, if myself or any of my family members have ever done anything to please you, my Lord, the only thing I ask in return is don't hurt Durvasa Muni. Forgive him. He prayed over and over again, I don't ask any other benediction from you. Please protect Durvasa. Do not hurt him. Forgive him. Now Durvasa Muni is watching all this. Very dynamic situation. Let's compare the two with all due respect to both. Ambarish wanted to feed a beautiful feast to Durvasa Muni. He gave him a beautiful seat, he bowed down to him, but just to break a fast, with the permission of Brahmins, he drank a little water, and Durvasa was so angry he wanted to kill him. And he tried, he did everything within his power. And here's Ambarish, Durvasa Muni tried to kill him in the most horrible way, to burning him to death for doing nothing wrong. And Ambarish is begging and praying and willing to sacrifice all the spiritual credits he's ever had to protect and forgive Durvasa. This was really a very powerful Srimad Bhagavatam class for Durvasa Muni. With a very burning realization. And he was in rapt attention too. And Sudarshan Chakra disappeared. At that point, Durvasa Muni is offering this verse that we wrote today to Ambarish Maharaj. Durvasa Muni says, my dear king, today I have experienced the greatness of devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For although I have committed an offense, you prayed for my good fortune. For those who achieve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of the pure devotees, what is impossible to do, and what is impossible to give up? What is impossible for the servants of the Lord? By the very hearing of his holy names, one is purified. O King, overlooking my offenses, you have saved my life. Thus I am very much obliged to you, because you are so merciful. Please listen carefully. Durvasa Muni is one of the most powerful mystic yogis who has all supernatural powers. And here he is so obliged to Ambarish Maharaj, who's just living like a simple householder, as a king. Durvasa Muni wants to repay, to show his gratitude to Ambarish for his incredible character of forgiveness. And he asks Ambarish, I want to give you any benediction you desire, anything. He has Prapti Siddhi. He could create anything and everything just by chanting a mantra. He could give him health. He could give him long life, anything. I'll give you any benediction you want. Ask. Ambarish asked for one benediction. He said, you've been traveling around for 1 year. And I haven't fed you yet. You must be very hungry. The only benediction I ask of you is sit down and let me serve you a sumptuous feast and enjoy it. Durvasa Muni, conquered by he who conquers the absolute truth, sat down, and Ambarish, with his own loving hands and with such an affectionate heart, just sumptuously fed Durvasa Muni prasad. And Durvasa Muni enjoyed it so much. And then Durvasa Muni understood that Ambarish, you fasted for a year. Doing Dwadasi and Ekadasi fasts, and for 3 nights in a row. And I came and you just broke your fast with a little tiny bit of water. And Ambarish Maharaj, the whole year that Durvasa Muni was running from place to place into caves and on top of mountains and in the bottom of oceans and in Brahmaloka and Shivaloka and Vaikuntha-loka, when he finally came back, it was a year later, and that whole year Ambarish just stood waiting for his guest to return. And he didn't eat anything. He only drank some water. And when Durvasa Muni was finally fed and completely satisfied, then Durvasa Muni said to Ambarish, now please, the only benediction I want from you is eat. Sit down and eat finally. So Ambarish Maharaj honored prasad. And Durvasa Muni left, and wherever he went, he was chanting the glories of bhakti, of pure devotional service, the power of pure devotion, the beauty of pure devotion. And from these stories we understand the characteristics that we must strive to cultivate if we actually want to please the Lord. The Lord teaches the world through the devotees. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita how to please him. Yat karoshi yarashnasi yat johoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kunti yat kuru shumadarapanam. All that you do, all that you offer and give away, all that you, the charities or austerities you perform should be done as an offering to me. Patram pushpam palam toyam. Even fruit or a leaf or a flower or some water, if it's offered with devotion, bhakti, I will be satisfied. Sarva dharman purityajam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayi samimasaja. Abandon all varieties of dharma and just surrender to me, sharanagati. And I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. What's so interesting? The Lord says it. But Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord reveals through the lives of saints like Ambarish what surrender actually means. To truly be everyone's well-wisher. To have no envy in the heart. Even under the most difficult circumstances. It is natural for us. We're trying to be sincere, but sometimes situations just seem so impossible. I can't maintain the standards in this environment. This is too much. When I took my vows, I was not expecting this to happen to me. It's one thing, going to Srimad Bhagavatam, but it's another thing when Durvas Muni is throwing fiery demons on you. So we're tested in so many ways. But when we really understand the qualities of such devotees, we understand that it's the time when we're tested that the Lord actually understands and receives our love. Srila Prabhupada writes that one's greatness has to be estimated by the ability to tolerate provoking situations. And tolerating doesn't just mean surviving. It means forgiving. It means sustaining our integrity. It means with a grateful heart, taking shelter of the Lord as everyone's well-wisher. That's what toleration means in the path of bhakti. Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 marketplaces, and the very people that beat him, he was praying to the Lord to give them love of God. And then after he was thrown in a river like a piece of trash, they thought he was dead. When he came back to life, what did he do? He walked right back to the king who sentenced him to death to give him another chance to understand Krishna's love. There was no envy. This may seem impossible for us. But by reading Srimad Bhagavatam and Mahajana Gata Sabanta, trying to follow in the footsteps in whatever little tiny small way we can in our life, and chanting the holy names of the Lord, if we really want to be like Ambarish Maharaj, and we really sincerely try and chant the names with that spirit, then Krishna can empower us to rise above envy and live with purity and devotion and love. Ambarish, he ruled his kingdom in such a way. He treated everybody like this, respectively. He was a servant of all. And therefore the kingdom was so happy. Krishna tells in Gita, what leaders do, the common people follow. The standards they set is what the world will pursue. If leaders are greedy for power, the general people will accept that as the standard. If leaders are loving and compassionate, that will be the standard. And everyone is meant to be a leader in their own field. Whether it's a political leader, a teacher is a leader, a parent is a leader, a friend could be a leader, a guru is a leader. Whatever position you may be in, a teacher, academic teacher, spiritual teacher, we're all meant to set the standard by your example. And here's the standard. Ambarish, Prahlad, Dhruva, in his enlightened state, the residents of Vrindavan, the great acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, following in their footsteps. That's real wealth. So because Ambarish exemplified such a standard of selfless love, everyone in the kingdom was devotees of Krishna. And everyone in the kingdom was so happy just serving Krishna, Samsiddhir Haritoshan, making Krishna happy, that they didn't want anything else. Practically nobody fought with each other because everyone was happy with what they had, Krishna. And it is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam that no one had any desire to go to heavenly planets. No one had any desire for liberation. Even though living in this world, usually we hear from religious people that the goal of life is to get out of this miserable world. From the highest planet in this material existence down to the lowest, there are places of misery where birth and death take place. But then Krishna says, but one who attains my abode is happy and never takes birth again. In Srila Prabhupada and Srimad Bhagavatam, in this story we learn that when devotees together are in this mood, then even in this world we attain the abode of the Lord. Because the abode of the Lord is within our heart. Incredible. The whole kingdom of the whole world, nobody did any rituals to attain Svargaloka. Nobody did any rituals to attain mukti. Why? Because they were totally satisfied just being with their king, Ambarish Maharaj, serving God, Krishna, serving each other, and chanting the holy name. And Durvasmuni, the culmination of his realization after all this incredible purification was that simply by chanting the Lord's names, one is purified. And therefore,